Hi, Cancer. This is your monthly reading for the month of June for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this is not going to resonate for every single Cancer out there. All right, you guys. What's happening for my Cancers? We have the King of Swords, the Fool, the Page of Cups, the Magician, the Ten of Cups, the Chariot, the Four of Cups, and then the Seven of Staffs. All right, Cancer. So for the month of June, well, I like that we already have your energy in the reading with the Chariot card. I feel like a lot of you guys... So this is the funny part that I'm really getting. A lot of my Cancers, you guys have thought a lot about actually creating a new beginning, but there's still something that's holding you back where maybe you're not seeing this new beginning. Because what's really interesting for my Cancerians is it feels like right now nothing is happening, or it feels like stuff's happening, but nothing major, nothing where you want to see. So it's almost like some of you want to create something, you want to go somewhere, there's something that you want to do, Cancer, but you're not seeing it shift, you're not seeing it change, and some of you guys maybe are making those steps towards making those changes, but you're just not seeing the beginning yet. But I'm getting that you're thinking about it, you're becoming emotionally invested in it. It's almost like you're trying, it's like it's interesting here, okay? You're putting a lot of thoughts. You're manifesting this, Cancer, okay? Whatever this is that you want, you're manifesting it, you just don't see it yet. So you feel like nothing's happening. But what you're really doing is you are using all of the elements, you're thinking about it, you're emotionally invested in it, you're taking physical action in it, and I feel like you're also putting in that effort, that passion. Sometimes you guys think about something and you get excited, and that's a part of the emotions, and that's a little bit of that fire in you. And I feel like you're regaining stuff back where you're going to start to find yourself in a more happier space. And I feel like for some of you guys, you might not really feel that right now, but you're healing and you're working through it, and you're having your good days, and you're noticing that things are starting to look up for you, or stuff's just slowly accumulating in your life, where you're seeing the blessings, but it feels like it's going to start to speed up. Like right now, not much is happening, but eventually it's just going to boom and you're out of there. Because I almost get the sense that it's almost like whatever you decided, you chose. It's almost like you chose it. You chose the cup that you knew was best for you. And that's what I'm getting with that, with the four cups. It's almost like you chose the cup that the divine wanted you to choose. You know what I mean? Like in the Four of Cups, you always see like that. It's always like a hand reaching out and handing him that cup, and he just doesn't see it. But with you, it's almost like you're looking at the cup and you're examining the cup and you see it. And it's like, but it's almost like it's in that reverse because you are understanding it because you're seeing it. And that's the interesting thing here, because I'm getting that for some of you guys as well is you might have people around you that might like to that might give you little digs or little, like you almost feels like you have to protect yourself because it feels like you're working on yourself and you're going to be manifesting a lot. And it's almost like you get this sense that other people are like gossiping about you, talking about you, or they're just noticing that you're evolving and changing. And it's almost like these are the people that you feel like you have to knock down, that you know, because it's almost like they are trying to bring you back down like a crab in a bucket. And that's what I'm really getting here. It's like they're trying to pull you back, but you deserve better than that. So I feel like that's where you realize that, like, no, I'm not going to allow that to happen because I deserve happiness. And you're healing, Cancer. You're healing. You're working through something. Even though you don't know what's happening, even though you're not certain about your future, and it's almost like you're scared to take that leap of faith, you're still slowly but surely making those changes, making that physical decision to move forward. And because of that, people are maybe jealous of you, or some people might want to they're talking bad about you, they're putting you down in some way. And you feel like you have to defend yourself from these people because people might be gossiping again. And that's what I'm getting, cutting you down with their words, putting down what you've been working on. But Cancer, you deserve this. And I just feel like for a lot of you guys, that's something that you just need to become kind of consciously aware of, that it's okay. You know, maybe you have a hard time walking away from this emotionally because, you know, you've gone through a lot in your past. And I think that you've had to try and heal yourself, and it's been difficult, but you're trying not to let your past define who you are. So I feel like a lot of my Cancers, you've been trying to take your time with healing, and you've been making the physical changes. You've been trying to go after your goals. And you know, it's so interesting, and this is something that popped into my head. You know, I'm a Cancer as well, and I find this so funny because I read somewhere where it says Cancers are genuinely like the CEOs of companies, because you have to think they're the opposite. They're the counterpart of Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about image, business, and then Cancer is like the stability, the home life, the private life. And I feel like a lot of Cancers, you know, we move sideways. We don't move straight ahead. We move weird. So people, when we can talk around a subject very easily. We can move around people very easily. Sometimes we are just very good at doing things so differently that people never know what we're planning or what we're doing unless we tell them. And so I feel like for some of you guys, that's something that caught people off guard because you were moving sideways. You were going back and forth. And people are seeing you changing. They're seeing you making different decisions. It's like you're doing something here where you've decided that you don't want to stay where you are in life anymore. Like you want to improve in your life, and you're making those changes. And people are noticing that. So let's get some clarifiers. But that's what I felt. It feels like you guys are the boss, like you guys are the CEO. And Cancer, they can climb up to the ladder quite quickly and no one would even notice it until they're there. And they're like, wait, how did Cancer get there? You know, it's just because you guys, we move differently. And yeah, that's just kind of what I'm getting. Sometimes people just don't notice until you start to make that physical change, and then everyone's like, oh, wow. See, yeah, I'm getting this sense, too, that for some of you guys, that's what I'm saying. It's all, you thought this through. You put your emotions into this. You're putting your efforts into this. And you feel like you have to fight people off still. You feel like you have to defend yourself for what it is that you want. But there's still this little bit of hesitancy about it. Like, can I still truly do this? Because this is something that's going to require you to do it alone. This is like a healing journey specifically for you. But as you're healing, you're accumulating abundance. You're accumulating blessings along your journey because you're choosing to heal yourself. You're choosing to better yourself, and you're choosing to do what's best for you and everyone involved. And so you guys are growing, evolving. But at the same time, there's this sense, again, that you have to defend yourself, protect yourself, because this feels like a burden to you. You almost feel like people are against you, or you almost get this sense of isolation in a way where it's almost like you're afraid that other people are distancing themselves. People might be even very competitive with you. Maybe people are disagreeing with your beliefs or your new ideas, and you're like having to defend yourself here. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting. What's kind of slowly stopping you from really, truly manifesting completely is this belief that you have that what if I really can't have this new beginning? And that's why I feel like it's kind of slowing down and pausing. You are going to receive these abundance. And that's what I'm saying. It's like right now it's slow. It feels like nothing's happening, Cancer. But then all of a sudden it's going to be like, boom. And it just speeds. It just takes off. But what's blocking you from taking off is this belief that you aren't able to do it, that you are not capable of doing it. And that's just not true. There's some type of belief, or you're allowing other people's words to impact you. And that's what's slowing you down on your manifestation. That's what's slowing you down from really going anywhere. And there's also this fear like, well, what if I'm not good enough? And that's what I was getting, that sense of my heart's in it. I want to go for it, but I'm afraid that I can't do it. I'm afraid that I might not be able to. And it's those little doubts. But you have to learn, Cancer, that, again, even though you have those doubts, I still get the sense that even though you're a little doubtful, you're still making that physical effort. And the universe is seeing that. God, whatever you want to call it, everything is seeing that. And I feel like what's happening for you is, even though people are constantly bashing on you or telling you things that's wrong, or people are noticing you, so maybe you just feel like all eyes are on you, and it's this sense of uncomfortability, like you want to go and hide in your shell, but there's a part of you that knows that you need to go out there, that you have to go for this. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you're deciding to do it, even though you're afraid that this is going to cause you to lose some friends, whether you feel like this is going to throw some other area out of your life out of balance. Because again, I keep getting the sense that you're around people that are maybe dissing the way that you're evolving, the way that you're healing. Because when we start on a healing journey, or when we start getting into spirituality, eventually our beliefs and our opinions might start shifting and changing over time. And that's good. We want to consistently evolve. We want to constantly be able to see new perspectives and be able to be more flexible in life. Understand that life will have its ups and downs, and learn to go with it. Learn to appreciate life in yourself. When you start to appreciate life in yourself and you're going down that road and you're constantly making those changes and you do all of it, you think about it, you go for it, you go full force with it, you're emotionally invested into it, you think about it and it makes you feel good, you know that this is something you want. It's like all of these things that you're doing are helping you and manifesting a new life for you, and it's going to speed up. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might feel like you're in this impasse at the moment, and it feels like you're stuck, like you're not really seeing where to go. But the truth of it is once you just stop beating yourself up, or stop telling yourself that maybe you can't get what you want or what you feel like you deserve, you need to understand that you are capable, and that abundance is your birthright. Happiness is your birthright. We are meant to be in abundance. We are meant to be thriving. We're not meant to stay in such low vibrational energy, because it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't, our bodies break down quicker when we feel that way. And so I feel like a lot of you guys, you're really trying to find your sense of happiness and you're going for it. I feel like you're taking better care of your health. You're taking better care of your appearance. You're changing things in your home. You're changing things in your wardrobe. You're changing things in your life. You're giving yourself the permission to live better. You're giving yourself the permission to have higher standards. It's like you are evolving and people around you are intimidated because they're not at that level or they're afraid to do that themselves. I'm also getting that for a lot of my Cancers, these people might just be afraid that you're going to leave them behind because they know that you're too good for them or that's what they believe. And so they feel like they just can't do what you do. And so they diss you a lot or they try to bring you down or they make little remarks or comments about you and especially about your new changes. You know, the way you're changing, they might be making comments about that. But that's what's happening. You're having a whole new renewal. You're growing, you're expanding, you're changing. You're no longer wanting to stay where you are. You're understanding. It's almost like you're learning to forgive yourself. You're learning to forgive the past. Because you know that you're on a quest. It's like you're on a journey of self-discovery. You know, you're understanding that yes, the past exists. And something bad happened, but that doesn't mean that that's my future. That doesn't mean that that's something that I have to hold on to. And I get that. And I feel like you're teaching other people that as well. Yeah, see, growth. You guys are growing. Even though I'm getting growing pains, even though it hurts, you're still growing, you're still going, and that's why you're going to hit that plateau and you're gonna propel forward and you're gonna just fly. And Cancer, like I'm getting that you guys, you have so much wisdom because of this experience, because of what it is that you've gone through, and you're balancing out areas of your life. And the only reason you were able to achieve all of this was because of your persistence. It was having that patience. It was knowing that, yes, even though this is hard, I know that this is going to pay off in the long run. I feel like a lot of my Cancers, you sat down, you've thought this through, you've planned it, you started to get excited about it, you started to take the action, you started to continue to persevere, and you just kept going. And now things are going to pick up because even though there's still this sense of a little bit of doubt, you still push forward. Even though there's still a little bit of this hesitancy mentally, you're still knowing that, this is just fear talking and I need to push forward. So I feel like a lot of my Cancers, you've been doing that. And because you've been doing that, now you're starting to see things. But again, it's like a slow trickling effect, where it's like drip by drip by drip, you're slowly been healing, you've been working on yourself, and the more that you've been doing that, the more that you start to accumulate wisdom, and the more you started to become a better person. It's like you've been building your foundation from the ground up. And the issue that you've had, Cancer, was I feel like a lot of you guys, you've been building this foundation for a while, and nobody has seen it. So you've had your friends around, everybody seemed to be okay with you, things seemed to be going okay. Even though you were still struggling to build your foundation, you still did it in silence. Or if you did do it where you talked to them, you still never gave up. You still continued to do it. And eventually, now what's happening is it's almost like that seed that you've been planting is starting to sprout. And it's been slowly making its way to the surface. And what's happening is it's right about to hit that surface. And so people are starting to see it sprout. And everybody's starting to panic. And that's the imagery that I'm getting, because now it's like everybody's like, oh my gosh, can you believe Cancer? Like, look at Cancer. Look how she's evolving. Look how he's changing. Like, what's going on with Cancer? And it's like everybody is so mesmerized by you. And I'm getting the fact that a lot of these Cancers that I'm picking up on this is resonating with you guys so far. I feel like a lot of you guys, you do like to have attention, but you also don't at the same time. So oftentimes you guys kind of like to try and keep the spotlight off of you, but maybe you like it on you for like 2 seconds and then off of you, where you don't like to keep the attention. You like to get a little bit attention, but you don't want to keep that attention. But right now it's almost like everybody's been paying attention to you, and it's been kind of making you nervous. It's almost like people are watching you. People are acknowledging that you're evolving, you're getting better. It's like it's starting to show it on the surface. And so everybody either wants to be your friend, or everybody that is your friends or family are dissing you, telling you like, oh, do you just think you're better than us now? Or they just act like you just have changed so much and they don't like this new you. But this is somebody that you've been working and building this entire time, and everybody's just intimidated because they don't have this level of confidence, or they don't have this level of wisdom or knowledge that you have. There's something that you're evolving and changing, but it's like a characteristic of yours, Cancer. This is eternal work. Like, you guys have did the shadow work, you've done your physical work, you've exercised, like you've done something where you were so persistent, Cancer, that people are in shock now to see the results. And it's like this is starting to impact other areas of your life, to where maybe you can become more financially stable. Maybe you're becoming more beautiful. Maybe now you're becoming more knowledgeable. There's something where it's just starting to impact all areas of your life, where maybe you're going to have a better living experience. You can move, maybe you can buy stuff. I'm just getting that there's something here where you are taking care of yourself, you're looking good, you're doing something, but whatever it is that you're doing, you're growing, and it's been making you become almost more at peace with yourself. It's like you're getting to know a new part of you, Cancer, and that's really beautiful. So that's really what I'm getting for a lot of you guys. I feel like blessings and other things are kind of coming your way, but it's just you having to get over that last bit of that fear of being seen, being heard, afraid of being judged, afraid of what other people are going to say or do, and even that fear of losing a friend or losing a family member because of this. And you just have to know that if people are going to get angry at you for evolving and changing and being a better version of yourself, then obviously that's this individual's issues, because they feel like they can't do that, so they have to put you down. And if honestly, who wants somebody like that in your life if they can't accept you for you? So even though I feel like for a lot of my Cancers, you've had kind of a rough, and it's been hard for you to get to this point, keep going, because you're basically right at that finish line. And I feel like, you just need to drown out the people that are the naysayers, because, I don't even remember who said this, but it's like, if you don't have haters, then you're not doing it right. So I feel like my Cancers, you guys are doing something right. So that's what I have for my Cancers for the month of June. Hopefully this resonates for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. Bye.